It's a pleasure to meet you.
Same with you, thank you.
This movie is just so sweet and magical and something that we don't see very often.
Right, thank you. Yeah, I just saw it a couple of weeks ago, and of course, like, I was there. I read the script, and I was incredibly moved by the script and by the experience of filming, but it just, the way it all came together, it kind of struck me for the first time that it's such an homage to the classic Disney films of my youth and before that as well, that were just so genuine and sincere and deeply emotional and uplifting. And I just, it was incredible getting to do it, but even better getting to watch the film. I'm so proud of it.
Do you, looking at the film, the role of the fairy tale and the magical creatures, do you, growing up, what was your relationship with fairy tales and things like that?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was a believer. Like I had an imaginary friend. Her name was Becky Bildred. I eventually named my corporation after her. That's how close we are. But my childhood was spent almost entirely in the woods behind our house in Connecticut. And just like me and Becky Bildred, like giving speeches in front of, in our mind, in front of like fairies and like kingdoms and mythological creatures. And so it's stuff like this is not such a leap, actually.
It's one of those things where I don't think we've seen many films like this in the last few years. Yeah. What are you hoping that audiences walk away with once they've seen it?
Well, it's like you hope with anything you make, you want folks to feel something and to feel touched and for it to be a memorable experience. And I think that there's an innocence about this film and like I said before, like a sincerity that is rare. And I was actually joking this morning. I was like, everybody on that set were like, it's like the most earnest crew of all time. Like, I'm super earnest. David Lowery is like even more so. Like, I couldn't say like any jokes with any hint of irony around him because he would just be like very very genuine. The kids obviously and Robert Redford as well. And it was like a group of people who were themselves very, very innocent, right, and earnest, and that that definitely infiltrated the movie for sure.
Well, I mean, the location, I'm sure there's a lot to say about that, but you mentioned Robert Redford. I have to mention it. What was it like to work with him?
Gosh, it was so awesome.
Yeah.
It was so amazing. It's like one of the best things that's ever happened to me. He's a wonderful, wonderful human being. Like just to give you one example, he landed in New Zealand, and the second day coming to set had noticed that there was a horse on the side of the road, tied to a fence, left with no water, no hay, both days. And he rescued the horse.
Wow.
He came in and he's like, I stole a horse. I'm like, oh my gosh, but we had all noticed this horse.
Right.
And he checked in with everyone in the community and knocked on doors and everything, and no one claimed the horse, and so he like physically took the horse and set it up for the rest of its life. So so he's like the horse whisperer, and
That's
he's
fantastic.
Robert Redford, and he's like forever changed the entertainment industry, and it was awesome.
Wow.
Really awesome.
What are you doing next?
I did an episode of Black Mirror.
Oh wow!
It's a British show that's now going to be on Netflix or is on Netflix, directed by Joe Wright. Love doing that. And then I also shot a film called Gold opposite Matthew McConaughey that will be coming out later this year.
Amazing.
I'm working again.
It's wonderful. We're very glad to see you again.
No more pregnancies. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.